Timer done? Yep, timer's done. All right, I got to fix this in a second here, but let's transition to that. These. All right, interact with this. I'm going to throw these names in 1 second. For some reason, there's extra space on the wheel at the moment. This. That's. Okay, cool. All right. Are we ready? We got Deb's Aqua Pets. Okay, let's do this. Start at the bottom. New people. Jeff Kane. New local Austin. 310 Aquatics. Natural Aquariums. Ryan Bushnell. Deb's Aqua Pets. Victor Coco. Deb's Aqua Pets. Andy Carson. Monster Fish Cow. Fish Dreams. Lane. Fish Keeping. Chronicle Aquarist. Lady Diane. Deputy Creek. Sierra Fish. Fish. And you. Foxy Fishes. Hughes. Stabs. Dennis. Bigfoot. Say. Hills to Gardens. Aquarium Thoughts. Window Liquor 5. Steve. Barbara Jackson. Dennis. 5952947. Daniel Velez. Everybody right? Okay. Good luck, people. In case you don't remember how this works. Last man standing wins. You're on my boat and I'm kicking you off. Go. All right. First person off my boat is. This is for the $50 gift card to Dan's Fish. Ryan Bushnell. Off my boat. Walk the plank. Next. Fish. Go back to the fishes. Bum, bum, bum. Fish Dream. To the drink. Eplin Creek Aquarium. Sorry, Pep. I'm in with the fishes. Bum, bum, bum. Barbara Jackson. Into the drink. No, I gotta see something. I did put the speaker out here, so be able to speak now. Chronicle Aquarius. Womp, womp. Next. Elaine. No. Better luck next time, Elaine. No luck for you. 10 minutes fast. We're 10 minutes past 9. Deb! Sorry, Deb. Womp, womp. Big Steve.
The day is done, the lights are low. Gazing at the tank, the worries slow. Little fishies dart and weave. A silent world I can't believe. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Neon tetra in a shimmering school, peaceful paradise, a calming jewel. Glowing guppies with tails like fire, whiskered catfish, their movements inspire. Drifting bubbles, a mesmerizing dance, lost in the moment. sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Serene angelfish gliding with grace, a world of wonder in a watery space. The hum of the filter, a constant refrain, a symphony of life washing away the strain. Worries dissolve in the calming blue. Aquarium magic just for me and you. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Emerald corridor sifting the sand, a miniature river held in my hand. So next time you're feeling stressed and low, just take a moment, watch the water flow. Aquarium thoughts, a calming sight, a little piece of peace beneath the gentle light.
Lady Diane. In the drink.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, this is Dave with Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. I'm currently watching Death Unknown's ending stream. So I'll give it a few moments. I'll be right there. I'll be right with you guys in a little bit. So I just want to give you a heads up what's going on. But I am here.
Good luck.
And I will be here. I do have a bit to talk about. Just about local fish stores and stuff like that. And
Boycraft 198 said I want a recount.
Nope. Boots cats, boots cats.
Aquarium said swimming with the fishes is a good place to be.
There you go. So
Dennis
cats with boots can swim.
2947 said slash the water is cold.
All right, we got 3 left. Joy of Fish Keeping, Jen Yu, and Aquarium Thoughts. Good luck. Next one off my boat is... Oh, Jen Yu. Swimming with the fishes. All right. And the next one off is... Oh, Aquarium Thoughts. Sorry. In the drink with you. That means the winner is Joy of Fish Keeping. Joy off.
Gilster Garden said I'm
Ish.
pretending we're on Lake Malawi and I'm finally swimming with the lagoon.
Oh, there you go. Whatever keeps your mind off the cold North Atlantic. All right. Joy of Fish Keeping or Joy off Ish Keeping.
EODA Jeff Kane said it's a
alrighty. Yeah, looks like that stream's just about finished here. Anyways, how's everyone going today? Welcome to joining me on this lovely Sunday morning. But anyways, it looks like at least we have one person here. I don't know if it's counting me on my little phone here, but anyways. Oh, hi Vinoski, how's it going? Yeah, I almost got that win. Down to the final 2 on that one, but how's it going over there, Vinoski? Yeah, it's kind of just finally here streaming again. I know I took a few weeks off, and for a second there I thought I wasn't gonna be able to because I was having a few technical difficulties setting up my cameras. Unfortunately, on my main camera that's pointed on me, unfortunately that is not working too well. Primarily because I have to use my laptop one, and it's not the best camera in the world. As you could notice, if I get into the light, it's kind of blurry, but it is what it is. But the primarily the good camera's right here, which is actually focused on my lovely bottom fish tank right there. which has my cardinal tetras, a guppy, a couple of pistogrammas, and an African butterfly fish. And there's one of the pistogrammas. I'll probably wait a little bit as people hopefully stream in. But I do want to talk about fish stores, as well as with the holiday season coming up. I do want to talk about gift giving in the aquarium hobby. Since it is that time of year when you have Christmas coming up, you have birthdays coming up, and whatnot. Hopefully, you guys could hear me okay. But I've been pretty busy lately. I don't know if you guys saw my lovely video where I did I wouldn't necessarily say upgrade, but I did change my aquarium light down on my bottom tank right here, and currently I'm using the Higer Max Pro Plant Life down here. I just wanted to see something different and see how it goes. I'm kind of enjoying it so far. I kind of like the shadows, but some people don't like the shadows. I do like the shadows. As you can see in the camera, you do have some shadows in there. Although if you're actually looking in person, you can actually see in the shadows as opposed to not being able to see it on video. That video doesn't really come out that great. But that is the new light that's on here, which is that's the Higer one I just did a video on. And let me see here. And I do have another video I'll probably be recording right after this stream. Good morning, Barb Jackson Tanks. How's it going? But anyways, I do have some plans for today. I do have a video that I will be recording, which is another light. Give me a second. I'll show you what that one is. So give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Please, can you hear my microphone when I'm on this aquarium loading zone picture? If you can, please let me know in the chat in the chat box. I'm kind of working on my OBS streaming software. And I don't know if it's picking up my mic. It shouldn't be picking up my mic, but I'm hoping it doesn't pick up my mic. Let's see. Yeah. All right, I am back in the area. I'm right here. Did you guys hear me on the mic when I walked away from the camera? I'm just hoping you hear me to begin with, but you should be able to hear me. But I am going to show you what I do have, what I will be doing a video on. I just need to hide some information because I don't want to show off my address because I did not get this sent to my P.O. box. That should be sufficiently hidden. Good morning, Muppet. How's it going? By the way, Barb, when I had the aquarium loading zone, did you hear me on my microphone as well? Because that's the one thing I want to know. I'll probably watch the replay on that one, but here is my next video right here, which is another light. This one actually is one I purchased. This is not one that Higer sent me. As well as the other. Oh, there's my African butterfly fish right in. There's my African butterfly fish. It's actually coming in camera for a change. Kind of patrols the top there. Good morning, Fishy on Tank Ticks. How's it going? But this is after I'm done streaming. I'm going to be doing a video on this, opening it up and actually installing it. This one is actually going on this tank right here, which is my 40-gallon breeder, which I'm looking to change out the fluval aqua sky I have over there. I got that many moons ago. Many moons ago when I think it was PetSmart had it on sale for like $25 on clearance. Man, you could hear it when the sun was up. Okay, I'm gonna have to work on that because because yeah, I'm still setting up my streaming software. Because basically I had to change out my laptop and all the settings were on that. All the settings used to be good on there, but now I'm just figuring this out. But anyways, now that I do have some people here, I do want to talk about local fish stores. Um, I don't know how you. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know how your guys' fish stores are. I know I do have plenty where I'm at. Being in Southern California, there's quite a few to choose from. I know in other areas in the country, you might have to drive like an hour or two in some places. Do you guys have any good fish clubs, not fish clubs, fish stores where you live? Please let me know in the chat, or if you're watching this, please leave it in the comments. Um, I am a big supporter of making sure that you do support your local fish store. Primarily because I know with these times, these financial times, it's the economy. I mean, the economy is okay. I'm just, it's a little questionable here and there, but especially in terms of fish stores, some do have financial issues, which is something to be aware of out there. So you make sure you do help support your local fish stores. That way, if you ever want to go visit them, you have them there to actually go visit. Definitely find one that you really, really, really like. And I know a lot of times your local fish store doesn't have all the fishies that you want to look for. I know these cardinal tetras on here. You can find them at any old local fish store. Pistogrammas can be a little more trickier, unless you have the common ones, which I know in this one I do have the agizia, agazizis. Let me see if I can find one. There's one of them anyways. Those are pretty common pistogrammas you can find in a lot of the fish stores. I know a lot of people go online, buying fish online, getting them shipped primarily because they can't find the fish that they want in your local fish store. But I would like to point out one little thing you can do to help support your local fish store, which not a lot of people realize that they can do. Although I think a lot of times it does depend on the local fish store. Some might be more willing than others to do this, but I know I do visit a local fish store near me, which is called Nolan's Aquarium, which is in Santa Ana, California. Nolan's is a great little. It's a little store, but the one thing I do like about Nolan is I've gone to him a few times and say, you know what, I'm looking for this fish, like the African butterfly fish in here. I did look for that, and not a lot of local fish stores do carry those normally. But I went up to him, hey, Nolan, I'm looking for an African butterfly fish. Can you source it out for me? Yeah, he was actually able to actually source a couple out for me. I bought a couple, but then I realized it didn't really work with my tank with both of them, so I ended up having to rehome one of them. But that's another nice thing about having a local fish store, is I know a lot of people do not like getting fish shipped, primarily because it is a pain in the butt on fish sometimes to actually get shipped, because you have to go in a box, get it shipped, sit in trucks all day long. But definitely one thing you want to do is definitely hit up your local fish store and say, hey, I'm looking for this fish. Can you source it for me? And if they can't, you can always go the route of checking out Dan's Fish or Tropical Fish Co. and see what they have. But I prefer actually picking them up locally if I can, primarily because it's a lot easier on the fish. It's just one less shipping option, because I know when stores get them, you have the whole shipping thing on that too. But let's see, Barb Jackson Tank says, in my area, they have Infinite Aquariums and Neptune Aquatics, and further away Oceans Aquarium and 6th Avenue Aquarium. So you definitely do got a number of them. Let's see. Going by those names, I recognize a few names. I'm guessing you live up, I don't know, I could be wrong on this. This is just a guess, because I know a lot of times fish stores have the same names, but I'm guessing the Bay Area. I'm down in Southern California, where I do have Nolan's Aquarium, which is a nice place to visit. I have Age of Aquariums. I have 4 or 5 Tropical Fish, which is Westminster, which is It's a nice hole-in-the-wall one, which I like to go to. They have pretty reasonable prices on their fish. Unlike if you go to 405 Tropical Fish, which their prices are a little on the higher side. I'm not knocking them as a fish store. I'm just saying that their prices are a little bit higher than other places. I actually have Reef Tropical Fishes, who technically down the street from me a couple miles. I could actually take the bus if I wanted to on that one, even though I do have vehicles to drive. Muppet, my LFS isn't great when it comes to fish health. I have always had to treat fish for one thing or another if I get them from your local fish store. Yeah, that's unfortunate when you have when you have your local fish store, which is not great in fish health. I know the one closest to me. As much as I like the store, I'm really not too satisfied with the fish health there, even though it's not too terribly bad. But I actually typically drive a little bit further and actually go to Nolan's, because Nolan's is actually pretty good at that. I know a lot of times, even when I special ordered fish from him, he's like, okay, well, I could get him in next week, but I need to quarantine him first. So let me quarantine him first. And Nolan's like, yeah, he quarantines even before you get the special order, which is great too. Yeah. Next time I'm up in the Bay Area, I'm definitely have to check out those fish stores. I know I went on vacation. I think it was a couple years ago. That's one thing I did not do, is I didn't go around looking at fish stores. Primarily because my family isn't that much into fish as I am. But yeah, I mean, hopefully there's another one you can at least go to that actually has better health. But in that case, yeah, you definitely want, if you're having that situation, well, which you should probably be doing anyways, regardless of the fish store, is definitely quarantine them first. That's one thing I'm really bad with, primarily because I do not have a setup for a quarantine tank. Unfortunately, I really don't have any place to put it. But that's why I do definitely at least make sure I'm trying to source out my fish in reputable healthy places. I can't say reputable. Okay, a place with a good reputation for fish with fish health. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. That's yeah. Last time you bought from your local fish store, you got 10 Global tetras and one survived, and one bent spine. That's unfortunate. Do you have any other fish stores close to you, Muppet, or is that the only one, or is the other one's like hours away? But that's the one unfortunate thing. In some areas, you may only have that one local fish store. Which in that case, I would probably consider just going the shipping route and going online and buying them from a reputable breeder or reputable. I can't say I can't say places with good reputations today. You might want to consider actually going that route. Yeah, I hear a lot of great things from Dan's. The one thing you have to deal with that though is you're paying a lot in shipping. Especially if they are shipped right. Anyways, I know I've ordered through places from a variety of different shipping methods: UPS, FedEx, USPS, and I've had relatively good luck with that. Hello, Big Steve's Glass Boxes, and it's the only one near you besides Petco. Well, here's another thing, Muppet. How good is your Petco? Because I know a lot of people knock big box fish stores, although I think a lot of it does depend on the people actually running the department there. I've seen some really good Petcos, but I've also seen some really bad Petcos and PetSmarts. But I might consider just looking at your local Petco. Yeah, Dan's has a reputation. I've been hearing a lot of things about Tropical Fish Co. as well. Good morning, Particle Aquarist. By the way, next week I will be doing a stream, and next week I do plan on doing a giveaway, so stay tuned for that next week. As long as I do actually stream, which I do plan on it. But oh, you're dang Muppet, dang Muppet. Yeah, I'd probably stick to your online fish stores then. But yeah, that's horrible when you're fishing when you're a hobbyist in the fish keeping community and you don't have any good you don't have any good fish stores that have good reputations. That's just a horrible place to be in. Let's see. Big Steve Glass Boxes says they just got a group of blue phantom plecos from Tropical Fish Co. They're gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, one thing to keep in mind when you're buying fish online is making sure you're actually buying from people with good reputations, ones that know how to fish, know how to ship them properly. And I wouldn't really worry too much about who they're shipping through as much as how good they are at packing. And that's another thing too is you might have issues with your local shipping options. I mean, some areas UPS might be great. Other areas it might be horrible. Some areas USPS might be great, and other areas you might not be too good. I do deliver with one of those companies, and I try my best to actually get those live animals out ASAP, or I actually just leave them at the postal office and let them pick it up themselves. That way, it's not. It depends on the weather. Depends on the weather. I live in Southern California, so in the summer it gets hot. So I'm like, yeah, nope, this is staying here. But I would definitely have to check out Tropical Fish Company and see what they have to offer. Fortunately, though, where I live, I have all these fish stores to visit. I could go to Nolan's Aquarium, which I recommend, 405 Tropical Fish, which is another one I recommend. I've got Reef Tropical Fish, which I'm not too big of a fan of. I know they're great people there. I'm just not too thrilled with some of their health sometimes. Let's see what other ones I have. There's another store I visited. I did a short on it a while. I still need to go back and actually do a real fish store tour on that one. That place I really enjoyed. I will definitely have to check out Tropical Fish Company. Let me pull that up on the screen here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull that up. Tropical Fish Co. Get your fish at Tropical Fish Co. I think this is it. There we go. This is it. Let me go back to my OBS studio. Let's see, web browser. Web. Let's see, I want to share. Select window. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of doing this on the fly here. Bear with me here. There we go. And let's see what Tropical Fish Co has. Let's see. Oh, I'm up his order from Flips Aquatics before. Those fish came in healthy too. Yeah, it's a matter of just finding a good. I mean, if your local fish stores aren't cutting it, yeah, you might want to look into your local online store, if that makes any sense. But where I grew up, I actually grew up by where Flips is right now. I think he's in Ohio. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm actually in that same area. I think Niles, Ohio is specifically where he's from. But I could be wrong on that. Let's see here. Flat rate. Oh, Tropical Fish Co. Flat overnight shipping for $40. That's always good to see. Let's see what livestock they have. Let's see here. That's the one thing I don't like doing is buying online, is actually checking out all the fish pictures. I really like seeing them in person because sometimes pictures really, they either overcompensate the things and they don't come out great, or they overcompensate things and they come out looking better than what they actually look like. Santa Maria Bleeding Heart, Endlers. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I should buy a bunch of those. That's for a pair. I did have on my bottom tank right here. I used to have a couple guppies in there. Unfortunately, I think my African butterfly fish snatched up the male one because it was small enough to fit in its mouth. I used to have some antlers in it with it, and that always used to be perfectly fine. Let's see here. I do love the pictures here. I could go into a whole rabbit hole right now just looking at these fish. Let's see here. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I am a big fan of the pistos. If you could actually see my logo, that was actually my actually the pistogramma that's in my logo is basically based off of Frank, which was a lemon pistogramma cockatoides I used to have. But this is a red shoulder pistogramma McMasteri. This is actually a pair for $70, which is not too bad. Let's see here. Probably, yeah. The one problem with me for actually buying fish online is a lot of these I could actually source locally, which is fortunate for me. But yeah, definitely if you can't source them locally, you might want to consider actually buying from a good online person, whether it be Dan's Fish, and apparently Tropical Fish Co. is having a good reputation lately now too. So let me go back to my two camera view here. And you can actually see that one guppy in the upper right, not upper right, upper middle. Let's see here. But yeah. But yeah, so yeah, definitely check out online stores as well. I'm a big fan of if you can visit your local fish store. That way you support them. That way you have a place to go to. Definitely, if you have this is specifically if you have a really good one in your area. I know you can still support them by buying like dry goods there. Let's see. Muppet order from Flips Aquatics. They ordered 14 carry tetras. They sent you 16, which was exciting. That's always exciting to have when they ship you a couple. I think a lot of places do that just to make sure you actually get what you ordered. But I think a lot of times they expect a couple to not make it. But I think that's the main reason why they do that. And if they all arrive perfectly healthy, you're golden. I've had that happen a few times too, where they places just send a couple extra just to make sure. I've ordered from Aquahuna before too, which I've had pretty decent experience with. The only time I had an issue with them was actually wasn't fish; it was actually assassin snails, which I don't even know why I was ordering assassin snails from them to begin with, because I could actually buy this local, but they actually refunded me the money though. But I don't. Snails are definitely typically easier to ship too, so I have no clue what happened there. But anyways, moving on. Now, speaking of the holidays coming up, this is another thing that it can be pretty fishy to do is when you're buying gifts for fish keepers. Is I would not buy them fish. Don't buy people live fish unless you really know that's what they want. I think that goes to say along with pets as well. If you're buying them dogs and cats, make sure they really want them and you actually use them. Let's see. Let's see. Muppet says never ordered from Aquahuna, but I kind of want to try. I personally haven't had any issues with them, even when they ship through USPS. I think they also offer other shipping companies now too. I think they offer, I want to say UPS as well. So if you don't like shipping through the postal service, I think they do. UPS. Let me check on that. But like I said, I've never really had issues with them except for that one instance with the assassin snails for some reason. Plan your holiday delivery. That's the other thing too. You probably do not want to buy fish online around this time, around the holidays either. because everyone's backed up, and you might not get them as fast as you would otherwise. Definitely do not. But if you are looking to actually purchase gifts for Fishkeeper, definitely look into buying them a gift card instead. Like this right here, you could actually buy a gift card for Akahuna. I'm pretty sure a lot of other online stores you could do that as well. That way they can actually buy what they want. Let's see here. Let me see who they ship through. Let's see, shipping. Here's shipping. Okay, it's okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They actually do FedEx, USPS, or UPS. So let's see. The one thing I do like about Akahuna is their shipping prices. Their shipping prices aren't as bad as much as a lot of other places. I really don't know how they really do it compared to the other people, but let's see here. Aquahuna, you can do FedEx priority overnight for $25, and that's processed Monday through Wednesdays. Not available in Alaska, Puerto Rico, or PO boxes. Although with PO boxes, you might be able to do it if they have a local address option on your PO box, but I'd be worried about that in terms of live fish, because if it gets sent back, then it gets sent back. Yeah, 8 USPS priority for 15, processed Mondays only. And you also have UPS the next day for $40. But yeah, I think with Aquahuna though, I think they only guarantee if you do overnight, just like a lot of places would. But definitely, if you're buying online, I probably would wait until after the holidays are over, or visit your local fish store. And don't buy people live fish for Christmas gifts. Please do not. I mean, if you want to buy them, say,
The day is done.
oh, sorry about that. If you want to buy them a dry good, like a new light, that's probably a good gift, as long as you know that it's something that they could use. You could definitely buy dry goods like aquarium lights, filters. Filter wise, I do like the titles. The Seachem titles are great. Although I'd probably look at modding it so you don't have to worry about that skimmer, which I think is a very bad design on this. But then I modded mine. I put the if you watch the short on that I have, I put I got airline tubing, and I cut it to size, and I cut a slit, and I just kind of slide them over those little gaps. It still provides ways for the water to filter through it, but it's smaller, so it really doesn't intake plants as much. It doesn't intake like small little fishies that could fit through those gaps, which I do not know why Seachem designed it that way. I really wish they provided a cover for those holes. I think with Aquarium Co-op, they do have a mod that they did. Let me see if I can pull that up. I never tried it because they came up after I got rid of my titles, and I actually went with the what do I have now? I have Marineland Penguin Pros now. So I kind of switched with what I have. Let me see here. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, Seachem has the Seachem Title Optimizer. Let's see. Muppet says they told their boyfriend that they want a new light tank light for Christmas, one with a rev up and rev down cycle. I'm assuming like that's where it kind of ramps up. I know you have the fluval lights that you could program for that, which is one thing I do have on the top tank right here now. Although I am replacing that light with the Hygert, the 957, which it does have a sunrise and sunset option on that as well, which could ramp up and ramp down. I do like the ramping up and ramping down because it is kind of and it's not like a shock in the system. Like if I do my bottom tank right here, it just kind of jumps right on. Give me a second here. Let me show you how that one works. If you have Google Homes, you might want to mute this for a second. Okay, Google, turn bottom light off.
Okay, turning the bottom light off.
And that's pretty much what that does when it turns it off. And when I turn it on, okay, Google, turn bottom light on.
Oh, turning on the bottom light.
I mean, it doesn't totally shock the system, but it's not as gradual as the old Fluval Nanos I had. Which I'm still kind of considering if I still want to keep this Higer Max Pro on there. I do like it. I do like the effects on it. I do like the way it looks in the tank. I'm kind of liking the way that it has shadows, and especially helpful for my African butterfly fish in there as well. Which actually you can actually see in the I think that's in the upper right hand corner. Yeah, that's it, right in the upper right hand corner there. You can't see it because it's hiding in the shadow. Actually, I do like on the on this Higer light. I do like the fact that the colors on the fish, you can't really see them as much on camera, but the colors, I do love the way that they pop. The one thing I noticed on that is confused fish. Yeah, that's the one thing you have when you get the lights popping on. You do get a bunch of confused fish. But the one thing I do like about the Higer Max Pro here is I do like the way that it brings out the colors in the fish. The one thing I noticed on my African butterfly fish here is I noticed it has some purple in it, which was surprised me because I never noticed the purple in it. And I feel bad for you fish having all or nothing light option on the tank. Turn on room lights before their lights go on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, typically, when I turn on my light, well, I have all of my lights on a schedule, and they already get plenty of light just from the natural light in my room that it's in. It gets plenty of light to begin with, so it's not that big of a shock. Now, if I turn it on in the middle of the night, that's when it really has issues. But I really wish that this Higer light had an option for ramping up and ramping down. Unfortunately, it's just all or nothing. Although one thing I do notice on it is when it turns on dimmer, and then it turns on brighter. I don't know if you noticed that, but let me do this one more time here, and you could probably notice it. Okay, Google, turn off bottom light.
Turning the bottom light off.
And as you can see in that tank, you kind of actually could still see that it has some light on there. And you probably actually see, probably now see the African butterfly fish down in the corner a little bit better on camera anyways. Actually, I like the way that the camera is picking this up, although it's also picking up all the other specks and dust on my glass that I need to clean up. Okay, let me go ahead and turn it on, and you can probably see how it turns on slightly, and then it goes brighter. Okay, Google, turn on bottom light.
Sure, turning the bottom light on.
So it kind of has a like bomb, but it still ramps up a little on the hard side, in my opinion. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I need to get myself some something to drink. Sorry, you can still hear me cough because unfortunately I don't have this thing set up properly yet. I will. I'll have to work on that, and hopefully I get that fixed. Otherwise, I'm gonna step away from the computer, and I have my microphone on me, and you can still hear me talk. I really wish I didn't. I really wish I backed up my old laptop better than what I did previously. Alrighty. Alrighty. Sorry, I just need to get something to drink. Alrighty, there we go. Now I'm back. And let me put it more, and I'm gonna move my camera right there now. Show off my red tiger lotus there. And my bronze koi that's kind of shifting down through the gravel there. But yeah, that little red tiger lotus, that is the one plant. I ordered something from, I think it's Aqua Swap, my fish club's Aqua Swap. I ordered some plant in there, and which, by the way, I don't have the plants I bought anymore. They kind of didn't make it. But this red tiger lotus that kind of hitchhiked in that bag is doing great still. Let's see, Particle Aquarius. The first tank lid back in the 60s was a stainless steel with 2 incandescent bulbs. It was all light or no light, and they got hot. Those poor fish. Well, nice thing about that though, Particle, is you probably didn't have to worry about heating your tank too much. But yeah, all for nothing. That could be pretty hectic. But luckily, when my lights turn on, I already have plenty of light coming into this room, so it's not too much of a shock to the system. But it is a shock nonetheless. Good. Birthday girl. Happy birthday, Barbara, or happy early birthday. I hope you have a great one. Yeah, my birthday's coming up too. It's coming in, let's see, what day is it right now? 23rd. Only a few more weeks. It's my birthday too. But happy birthday, Barbara. I hope you have a good one. But anyways, that's that. So definitely, if you're buying holiday gifts for people, whether it be birthday, Christmas, or whatnot, look, can consider who you're buying for, which is something you want to do with gift giving anyways. If you are buying live fish, live animals, make sure that is something that they can actually care for, actually want. I mean, when you're buying a gift anyways, you should really consider who you're buying for anyways. You're not gonna want to buy a person a vacuum that already has like 20 vacuums. Just like you wouldn't want to buy a piranha for a fish keeper that has only guppies. Although I really think piranhas are highly overrated for what people normally buy them for. I mean, if you're keeping piranhas because you like the way they look, the way they behave, that's one thing. But if you're buying them just so they could eat other fish, you might want to reconsider what you're buying them for. Which I know a lot of people I don't know if I would say a lot, but I know some people out there, they only buy piranhas. Oh, it's cool, it's a predator fish. Yeah. But definitely consider who you're buying for when you're buying gifts. But yeah, that was me back when I was like probably like 16, 17. I bought piranhas just because of the cool factor. And I found out really fast that they're actually a pretty timid fish. But then again, I probably didn't keep them properly. This is back before I really researched into the fish keeping hobby, which I probably kept them in a smaller tank that they needed, and then not enough grouping, which probably meant that they were probably more timid than what they probably would have been otherwise. Yeah, piranhas are boring. Yeah, a fishy gift card is a good idea. Maybe they'll prefer equipment or food. Exactly. Oh, that's what I was going through. I was talking about Seachem titles. Yeah, definitely look at buying a. If you're looking at that, is dry goods is always good as long as you know that's exactly what they want. I know a lot of people poo-poo the idea of giving gift cards, but I really think it's a really good gift, primarily because then they could buy what they really want, and you actually know. Although I probably wouldn't buy a Fish Keeper, a Victoria's Secrets gift card when they don't shop at Victoria's Secrets. You definitely consider the person you're buying for. But speaking of the titles, let me see here. Let me with my web browser. Yeah, this is what the Aquarium Co-op has, which is the upgrading your Seachem title filter, which is one thing I've noticed. This is after the fact that I don't carry them, that I don't use them anymore. Hey Jeff, how's it going, Jeff Kane? How's it going? Let's see here. This is one thing I wish this is one thing I would love to try it out. Unfortunately, I don't have the Seachem title to try it out anymore. Have any of you tried this out? And please let me know how you liked it. Let me see. I do. The one thing I don't like about this from looking at it is you can't really telescope the whatchamacallit here, the intake. It's just there. Let's see. Let's see. It works even with low water levels. I never had an issue with low water levels on the Seachem titles. Okay, I see how it works now. It just attaches right to the pump itself. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. That's the one thing I wish Seachem did better. Is I wish they made it a option where if you didn't want to have them, you could cover it. Because I know a lot of people, they really don't care for skimmers. Oh, okay. So you bought one of those, Barb? Cool. You haven't tried it. You haven't installed it yet, though. I'm really interested in how they actually work. So this is a 3D printed item, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just really interested in how they really work. I haven't really tested out because, like I said, I don't have the Seachem titles anymore. I did put black tape over the skimmer, though. Hey Barb, did you check out my mod? I had a mod on it. Let me see here. What I did was I covered it with fish tube, airline tube. I covered it with airline tubes. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pop that up. I don't know if you can see this. All right, I don't want to play the audio there, but this is my mod, which is what I did. That's pretty much what I did with my Seachem title. I got the airline and I just kind of cut the airline, and then I just you'll see it. Yeah, if you look for a title, it should pop up in the my search function. And yeah, that's my bottom tank. That when I had the fluval nanos on it, and that's pretty much what it looked like. I mean, you still had the gaps in there, but it wasn't as big, so you really didn't take in the plants as much as it used to. But that's pretty much what I did with mine. Yeah, there's a bunch of other hacks. I don't know what this person. I don't know. I never heard of this person, but let me see what he did. He's just modding the filter. Let's see here. Guys, I see what he's doing. Okay. All right, I need to get off of that. I need to get off that rabbit hole. Yeah, the black electrical tape won't last forever. I would worry about the adhesive in the tank personally, but that's the one thing I'd worry. That's kind of why I went with the just the fish tubing primarily, because all I needed to do was I just wanted to close the gaps better. I don't want to have that as much gap as I wanted. And airline tube, that's going to last quite a while. That's going to last in the fish tank for a while. Yeah, and if you duckweed, forget it. Oh, yeah, there's my African butterfly fish again. He's actually coming into view again. Let's see, what is that thing floating in my tank? Okay, that's just a leaf. I had like what's floating on top there? Past my African butterfly fish. Yeah, I wonder if I could do this without. Let me see if I can get a better view of my African butterfly fish here. Let's see here. Let me see. Not really. Kind of can't really see it that well. The one thing I do like, excuse me. That's another nice thing with the view here. There we go. I do like the side view on this. I do like the way that the side view looks with this new light. That's the one thing I do like about this as well. I need to take another sip here. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't know on that is with my mod, I don't know how the duckweed will react. It might actually clog up those little gaps in there. I'm not quite sure. That's one thing I didn't have when I did that mod is I didn't have duckweed as much anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, I do love the titles. The only reason why I got rid of them was because I went on a little spree of checking out other filters, and I ended up with the Penguin Pro. There, okay. See, I'm gonna hide my ugly mug here. That way you can actually see the African butterfly fish better. You can actually see the fish more than the thing. I do need to clean that rim up a little bit. This is a 20-gallon long. Yeah, they are beautiful fish. This is only a 20-gallon long, and it's doing fine in there. The one thing that they actually, I mean, you could get away with a smaller tank. What they really like is they do like a lot of area to float upon. Because a lot of times all they really do is they just kind of just, most of the time they just float and just sit there. The one thing with African butterfly fish, what you do actually definitely need is a good lid. Because if you don't have a good lid, they will jump. They are really, really good jumpers. I've kept, this is actually my second time I've actually kept African butterfly fish. The first time I actually had 2 in a 20-gallon long, and they got away. They got along very, very good. Unfortunately, this one right here, I used to have 2 in there, but they didn't quite get along that well as the other 2 I had. But yeah, I keep them in a 20-gallon long, and they really don't swim around too much. They kind of sit there and wait for. Typically, what they're ambush predators. They'll just kind of sit around and wait for food to arrive, and then once it happens, then they'll pounce on it. Let me see if I can get them some action here. Let me see. They could probably use some food. Let's see here. I don't want to turn off my filter. I can turn it on, but let me go ahead and. I actually feed them because I know you can feed them crickets and other live foods, but I actually feed them dry food. They will eat dry food. I know a lot of people, they just eat live. They only eat live. Let me see if that comes around. Let me see if it notices it or not. It might not notice it. I might have to turn off my filter and feed the other fish too. Let me see here. Let me see which way that food goes. Okay, it's going the right way. Let me see if it sees it. It might see it. Let me see here. I guess it's not going to see it yet. Let's see. Just picked up 3 similar tanks. They're about 22 gallons. Yeah, mostly surface area. They're not as big as tank as I thought. Breeder tanks might work. Yeah, breeder tanks would work perfect for that. I really love to put it in my 40-gallon breeder, although with those fish I have in there, they will go crazy on the That's the one thing you don't want to keep African butterfly fishes with fish that like to fin nip. If they fin nip, you're gonna have issues. Okay, Google, turn off bottom filter. And let me get the.
Turning the bottom filter off.
All right, let me. Oh no, that's wrong food. Let me feed my fish here. Yeah, this is my lovely fish feeder. I do have a bunch of different varieties of different fish foods in there. All this is pepper meal. I kind of grind it up and throw it in there. Let me see this. Let's see. Let me put the food right here. Yeah, this will get them going. Hopefully that gets them going. And see if Mr. African butterfly fish does. He'll probably start going out and getting some food. Yeah, because you don't want to have fin nippers in with African butterfly fish, because as you can see, if you can see in the upper right hand, look in the middle of the screen, look higher up. They have like those little dangly things that are kind of floating down. They will get fin nipped, and fish will nip them off, which is one thing to keep in mind. And definitely get a good lid. Definitely get a good lid because they are really good at jumping. The previous two I had I had on in a fish tank in my bedroom. Had two of them. I had a glass lid. And during the night I heard clunk, 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 because they would jump and hit the glass lid. Let's see, 35 inches. Let's see, 36 by 12. What's a 22 long? And 22 long is not 22 long. Gosh darn it. Getting information on other things. Yeah, 20 long is 30 inches by 12. So 22 is actually larger than what I have. The 20 long is only 30 inches by 12, so the 22 that you have is actually more surface area than I have. And even with this 20-gallon long, I do have planters installed in the back, which actually take some of the surface area as well as my filter. So you could probably keep the African butterfly fish in a good area. Mine does fine in mine. Because the one thing that the African butterfly fish typically does not do, it typically doesn't swim down in the water column at all. It typically just kind of just hovers there, and occasionally it'll just swim out and patrol the area sometimes. But for the most part, mine just kind of just sit in the corner here and there, just kind of waiting in the. And they really don't like light too much, which is the one thing I did worry about. One thing I did worry about this new light was I thought it was going to be too bright for it. But with the shadows that it has, I think it gives them plenty of space to actually hide. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at my pistogrammas in there, seeing what they're doing. Let's see here. But yeah, but they are interesting fish. The one thing I did was I did change out my lid to a screen, which unfortunately does create evaporation issues. It does evaporate really quickly, which is why you see that little film on the top there. Because I'm constantly having to add water to it. The one nice thing to actually do is it's actually nice to see the top view of the fish as well. Has a really nice profile if you look from it above. I know there's different varieties. I know some you have the good old. Some have you have a distinct line down the middle where you have one side dark and one side lighter. This one kind of has it, but it kind of doesn't have it. But yeah, my African butterfly fish is rolling around. Let's see here. The price was right. They're used. They need a good clean, but came with fitted sliding glass lids and Hamburg Manton filters. Current exchange rate $39 each. That's pretty good, especially with the filters built in. I really need to clean that glass. Yeah, that piscogramma is being getting very territorial right now. But yeah, when I moved, I actually got rid of my other pair because I kind of wanted to change things around. I kind of regret that move. That's why I ended up buying another one. But I do love them. I do like how they just kind of float there and relax and chill. But then when you feed them, it's just a total feeding frenzy. But they are beautiful fish. I mean, they are odd-looking fish, but I think they're beautiful. And like I said, the one thing I noticed on this one today when I was looking in there is I don't know if it was last night or today, but I noticed it actually has some purple in it too, which is I'm like I never noticed the purple in them. Let's see here. Yeah. This guy's getting big too. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get a. I don't want to startle them. They do startle pretty easily, so that's one thing to keep in mind. You see, I don't know how well you see. Oh yeah, you can kind of see how they have the butterfly wings, kind of as they float on the top. Trying to find a good angle to actually really view it without startling them. But that's the top view of the African butterfly fish. Hello, overtly overstocked Oscars. How's it going? Let's see here. There, favorite fish. There you go, right there. I'm pretty partial to apistogrammas. I like the way that they behave. I like the colors. I probably shouldn't have two in this tank, but I was hoping that they're a pair. But I think they're actually 2 males, which I might have a murder tank on my hands. But I'm pretty partial to apistogrammas. Although my second favorite right here is the African butterfly fish. I don't want to show off my leg. My second favorite is probably African butterfly fish. Although depending on the day, I might switch them around. And as you can see in my logo, not that you can actually see it that well here. Let me see here. Let me pull up my. Let me pull up my logo here. Nope, that's not it. As you can see on my logo, there is the lovely apistogramma. That answers your question there. And this one it was actually I got this logo made from the name's slipping me right now. All right. This was actually modeled after my old Pistogramma cockatoides lemon, which is by Frank. His name was Frank. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up a video of Frank here. Let's see here. Let me see here. I don't need that on it. I don't need that image on there. Let's see here. Web browser. And there's Frank right there. That's my old pistogramma, which I had. He was a big unit. Frank was a big unit. This, of course, is my old intro, my old me. Yeah, I do like the logo. What's his name? He used to have he used to run the website Find Your Nemo. Oh, freaking fact, the name's slipping on me. I do love the job that he did on it. Yeah, pistos are lovely fish. Never kept them though. Yeah, I've kept a number of them. This one right here that I'm trying to show off. Let me cut through the chase here. Let me see if I can actually. This was Frank and his little female. There's the female version of Frank. Kind of, sort of, if you can see her. Or maybe that's Frank. I don't know. No, that's female. That was female there. Let's see, where's Frank at? Where's Frank? Oh, there's Frank. There's Frank. I knew I had a picture of him in there somewhere. And this was actually a pistogramma cockatoides lemon that I bought from. Who did I buy this from? It's an online store based in Indiana. Another place I've ordered from that I actually had good area. Darn, what is that? What is that name of that store? I can't really think that well right now. Not Aquahuna. Those are in Washington. Who's in Indiana? Aquatic Arts. That's who I bought them from. Aquatic Arts. All right, I'm really I'm really having trouble thinking today. Let's see here. Yeah, but I do love the work that they did on that logo. Let me see. Actually, in the let's see. Actually, I think in the old video, I think you could see my old logo. Let's see here. Where's my? I think this is when I had my. Yeah, this is when I had my old logo. Yeah. There. Nope. Not far enough. Yeah, that right there's my old logo. Yeah, Frank was stunning. I just loved looking at him. He was a big unit too. He's a big pistogramma. Yeah, I miss having Frank. But I have some new pistogrammas. Hopefully they grow to be as stunning as Frank was. I do have a pistogramma in my 40-gallon breeder up here too. He's pretty stunning when he actually pops up in the good light. Yeah, I do like the new one better. But yeah, I don't think the old one was that bad. And I just forgot. I actually do have my old logo on the sticker here too. I totally forgot I had this here. Although you can't see where it says Aquarium Thoughts. Yeah, let's see here. Let me get more. Thanks. Oh, by the way, if you do want stickers, feel free to email me at dave@aquariumthoughts.com if you want my stickers. I'll send you over some stickers. So if you want some stickers, email me, and hopefully I get the email. Let's see here. I'm having issues with my website, so you can't really order from there right now. So I have to figure that out. But anyways, yeah, there's one of the epistogrammas in there in the lower right. But anyways, I think I'm going to call this a stream. That way I could get the video made on my light, and change out the light, because I probably do have other things to do today. And also next week, I plan on having a giveaway / contest thingamajiggy, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you guys visit me next week. That way we can have some fun while we do it. But definitely stay tuned for next week. And I hope everyone has a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me on the stream. Thanks for watching my videos. Definitely check them all out. And I hope you have a great day, night, or whenever you're watching this, because I know some of you might be watching this on the replay. Hopefully you watch the whole thing on replay. That would be great for me. But anyways, have a great day. Thanks, and have a great Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.